Alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. I'm loving the double digits.
Yeah,
So
it was
excited.
nice over the past couple of days, and
Yeah.
that trend will continue. I'm awake, surprisingly, because I was at the Paul McCartney show, didn't get to bed until
That's
about 1:30
right. That's
last night.
right.
So many people out there,
Was it
packed
good?
the Acrisure Arena, and it was awesome. I
Was
saw him
it?
4 times now, and that was probably the
Wow.
best at the Acrisure last night. I think we have some footage to pass on.
We absolutely do. Let's show you that right now, actually.
really?
There he is, Sir Paul McCartney. Do we have a little audio there so we can let some fans listen?
Oh, that's what he opened up with, Help.
Oh,
That was his
so
first
good.
song of the long set.
Well, last night was a hit for many desert residents. Sir Paul McCartney obviously took the stage at Acrisure Arena at 8 o'clock in front of thousands of fans for his Got Back tour. Jerry was
I
one of
shot
those
that
big
footage.
fans. Did you?
That's how close I was to the stage.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yes.
as Jerry mentioned, he opened up with Help and went deep into Beatles' Wings and solo classics from Drive My Car to Blackbird, Let It Be Live, Let It Die to Hey Jude. The night was a nostalgic trip through his legendary catalog. After the desert, McCartney will stop in Las Vegas, Denver, New Orleans before his final 2 shows in Chicago in November. For Acrisure Arena, McCartney's show is the first of 7 events in just 12 days. Did you have a favorite song?
Golden Slumbers, The End, Carry That Weight.
Ooh, that's so great.
Yeah.
I love him. He was really great. Did you get a picture?
Of
I
Paul
know you-
McCartney and
with-
me together?
Yes.
I was backstage, but I didn't see him.
You did? Oh, I see.
Must have been running
Yeah.
away from me.
That's
from
right.
last time I saw him.
All right, we'll
comes
see you in a little
Stefan.
bit for the weather. Exactly. Thanks, Jerry. Well, one of our top stories here, the annual Highway 62 Open Art Studio Tour starting this weekend. The self-guided tour showcases over 150 art studios and artists across the Joshua Tree area. The collection exhibit allows locals to engage directly with artists, explore the unique fusion of nature and creativity, and even purchase the artwork. Here's a closer look at one of the artists that will be showcased this weekend.
I did the typewriter art because it was so familiar to me. I grew up in a family business of typewriters, sales and repair. So I'm 3rd generation, and it really was natural for me to photograph them like family portraits. And I love equipment. I'm a gearhead girl. So anyway, I did the typewriters and then the cameras, radios, and televisions with this whole mid-century theme. Well, then once I kind of brought that here and continued, I realized it really fit, especially Palm Springs with their modernism theme that is so pervasive. So I was very well received with that. And I just continued to expand on these natural themes of mine. And I find my people through an authentic expression.
Well, visitors are encouraged to plan itineraries in advance of their visit. For more information on the events, you can visit highway62arttours.org. The Palm Springs Revolution Stage Company will open their doors for a 3rd season this Thursday. Revolution founder Gary Powers is ready to welcome back theater goers with an impressive lineup that he was happy to share with us.
Well, this is our 3rd season. We, of course, are starting Cabaret Ride again, which is a popular cabaret contest that starts on October 6th. We have Tim Mulligan, who presented a play the first season called Witchland that went to off-Broadway. Now he's bringing a play that just played off-Broadway this past spring called Point Loma. That starts on Thursday, October 2nd. 6 performances. We have the musical Evil Dead coming. Paul Crane, who won Cabaret Ride this past season, is doing his own show on October 17th. Next month, October, we have Rent coming, the musical Rent. We have a lot of great things coming up this season.
Event schedule and tickets can be found at revolutionstagecompany.com. We're going to head outside. Here's a live look from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. Let's circle back with Jerry in the Weather Center. Jerry, I'm loving these temperatures.
Yeah, they're staying in the 90s for the rest of the week. Into the weekend. Yeah, some nice weather ahead of us. 70 degrees right now in Palm Springs, although 63% relative humidity, that will fall during the day, and it'll be drier than yesterday. On the southeast end of the valley, 73 at Thermal, 54% relative humidity, light winds. 67 up at Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley, 70, 29 Palms, 72 degrees at Coachella, 71 Indio, 63 degrees at Cabazon right now. Not much going on in radar over the southwest, although there is a system that's approaching us. It'll stay to the north, but it will kick up the winds a little later on. More on that in the full forecast. So today, that trough of low pressure begins to move in. Any rain stays well to the north of us. We'll see an onshore flow pickup, but drier air begins to filter in the area. Yesterday, we had 60-degree dew points. Today, that falls into the middle 40-degree range this afternoon. Peak temps at around 4 o'clock. That includes a 94-degree high in Palm Springs, 95 at Mecca, 96 Indio, and 96 also Rancho Mirage, 90 Desert Hot Springs. About the same for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, a few high clouds early in the day on Thursday, but still lots of sunshine and 97 degrees. That'll be one of the warmest days in our near future. Not a triple. Full forecast in 7-day and a look at the tropics coming up.
All right, Jerry, thanks. Well, Village Fest is extending its hours. It will kick off its fall hours starting this Thursday. Starting October 2nd, the Valley's most popular street fair will start 1 hour earlier at 6 o'clock. You can enjoy food, entertainment, local artisans, a farmer's market, and a whole lot more with all the businesses lining Palm Canyon Drive. And starting this Friday, Cirque Italia will be performing their over 18 mature performance called Paranormal Cirque. The show includes monstrous creatures with hidden talents that will amaze you with the circus arts and an innovative horror story. Anyone under the age of 18 does require an adult or guardian. The event will be held at Indio Grand Marketplace, and tickets start at $20 and can be purchased at paranormalcirque.com/tickets. We'll have someone from the Cirque show on our show a little bit later on this week. All dog parks in the city of La Quinta are closed temporarily to reseed the grass. The dates for the temporary closures started yesterday and will continue through October 31st. All other city parks will remain open and welcome dog walking on a leash. A 2-day study tour on substance use disorder treatment is underway at the Ranch Recovery Center in Desert Hot Springs. Local health experts are hosting medical professionals from Japan. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen has that story for us.
Today, many questions answered at the Ranch Recovery Center. The 2-day study tour has brought in several medical professionals from different parts of Japan.
Where in Japan are you from? 日本のどこからおいでですか？福岡です。
This is Yoichi Nakata, one of many psychiatrists who made the roughly 6,000-mile trip to learn about the different treatments for those with substance abuse issues. Nakata says he himself is a recovering alcoholic, and that the biggest difference between Japan and the United States is many do not want to admit to having a substance use problem.
ネイティブで話せればもっとどんどん聞けるのになというところですね。
Yeah, treatment of addiction is so advanced in this country compared to Japan. So there's a lot of the medications, so you can curb the craving. In this country, they are coming out as they recover from the addiction or alcoholism. But in Japan, it's still something to hide.
The Recovery Center CEO, Rick Mesa, says the workshop is about using what they know about substance abuse and recovery to help not just the Valley, but the outside world.
We're here in the Coachella Valley, and we get in this vacuum and forget there are other people who have this, who suffer from this. We get a great sense of, gratitude for what we have.
Nagata says when he goes home, he wants to focus on how substance abuse and mental health issues are linked together.
発信していくっていうのはすごい大事かなというのは考えています。
Yeah, from my experience, I treat a lot of people with addiction and alcoholism, and then as I treated them, then the second disorder is coming up. So those are the things that I want to really focus on.
Here in Desert Hot Springs, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Well, the Palm Springs Police Department is inviting you to celebrate the grand opening of its new downtown substation. The event takes place Tuesday, September 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. on Museum Drive. You can meet local officers, enjoy refreshments, take guided tours of the new facility, and hear live music from DJ Big John. Police say the new substation is designed to give residents, businesses, and visitors easier access to services in the heart of downtown. Well, the popularity of GLP-1 drugs for weight loss continues to rise. About 1 in 8 U.S. adults reported using the medicine at least once. That's according to a 2024 KFF poll. While the weight loss for those on these drugs varies, one study suggests the amount a patient will lose may be partially based on their biology. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to the lead researcher about the findings and why he says this is an important step in helping those who have obesity.
They've become an important weapon in the battle against obesity. GLP-1 medications can lead to significant weight loss, but how much you'll lose on them varies from person to person.
There are lots of different root causes that can lead someone to have obesity. And anytime you have something like that, where you have multiple causes that can lead to something, there's never going to be a single medication that's going to work well for everyone.
Daniel Rotroff with Cleveland Clinic is one of the lead researchers of a study that looked at whether genetics has a hand in weight loss on these drugs. They keyed in on a gene called neurobeachin. It's a protein in the part of the brain that regulates how full or hungry you feel. While everyone has this gene, he says variations in it may affect how well the gene works.
And we found that some of the variation was associated with increased weight loss and some of it was associated with decreased weight loss.
Rotroff says evaluating this gene alone may not be accurate enough to make the decision on whether a person should or should not take GLP-1 drugs for weight loss, but he says it could be an important step toward making a treatment plan personalized for each patient.
You know, with this gene score combined with other factors, lifestyle, sex, ancestry, other genes, maybe we could develop a truly accurate test for GLP-1.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, Rotroff says he wants to dive deeper into researching what drives obesity for an individual person and ways to identify what treatments are most likely to work for that patient. Well, coming up, we speak with the Palm Springs Modern Committee celebrating the icons of mid-century design in this year's Preservation Awards, including a very special Lifetime Achievement Award. That's coming up next. And Vice President J.D. Vance warns a government shutdown is less than a day away and likely for the U.S. after President Trump and congressional leaders met Monday but failed to reach a deal. We'll have the latest on the details. Let's head outside and take a live look now at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Jerry's going to break down your full forecast coming up.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Palm Springs is world-renowned for its mid-century modern architecture. And this season, the community is coming together once again to celebrate the people who keep that legacy alive. PS Modcom, in partnership with Palm Springs Life, is hosting the Architectural Preservation Awards to honor the remarkable achievements of those who have preserved, restored, and reimagined these iconic properties. Building on the success of last year's awards, the celebration returns with another unforgettable evening, complete with a very special Lifetime Achievement Award. It's the season opener for architecture and design lovers, shining a spotlight on the visionaries whose dedication ensures our desert continues to showcase its extraordinary mid-century heritage. Joining us today to share more are Courtney Newman, president of PS Modcom, and Chris Menrad, executive board member. Welcome to both of you. Thank you for joining us. This is a signature event in the community. What makes this year's awards so very special?
Well, we're honoring one of our own kind of in the end for one of the awards, so that makes it special. And it's just the awards we're giving this year are to some really unique properties and individuals. So
it was really hard to pick.
It was hard to pick.
Yes.
Why do you think folks here in this community, especially, are really making sure that we're preserving this design style?
I think it's because actually our organizations, which started like 20 years ago, 25, my God.
Wow.
It's crazy.
We were in junior high school.
Yeah, we barely
my goodness.
But because we kind of educated people about the value of it. And I think at the simultaneously, there was things going on like Mad Men that were sort of bringing that look to the fore. But as people kind of came into the community more, they started buying some of these houses and they realized they had something and they wanted to be part of it.
How do you see the work of preservation impacting not only our community, but our economy here in Palm Springs?
I think it's done a lot, actually, like in inordinate amount, because it's created this whole level of tourism, ecotourism, some people call it, that bring people in to see something that is unique and that developed out of the optimism of the post-war period and try and experience that a little bit themselves. And I think from a real estate standpoint, I happen to do real estate, it's definitely elevated those properties and all the properties associated with it. So it's actually made when I first came to Palm Springs, it was the least expensive place to buy, and now it may be the most expensive in the valley on a per square foot basis.
Right,
so
absolutely.
Those are some economic things.
Is it challenging when you're working with maybe new construction coming in, the cities? Is it hard to preserve what we already have and to ensure that it stays preserved?
I think it's always going to be a challenge, no matter what you're trying to preserve, because the city has all these rules and regulations. But I think thanks to our organization and others, we've helped the city recognize how important it is. And so there's still hills to climb, but they've made it a little easier.
For those who are saying, ooh, the Architectural Preservation Awards, I've never been, why would somebody come to the awards ceremony? Is this for design lovers, architect lovers, mid-century modern design lovers?
It's for everybody. I mean, I should preface by saying it's not going to be some dry academia architectural lecture. I mean, we have a lot of fun with it, and it's just a really fun event. We do these little, with Palm Springs Life now, we're doing these little 3 to 4 minute videos on each of the award recipients. And they're like mini documentaries. And so you're going to have a great time at that. And people always ask us, oh, you should give more awards because we were enjoying it and learning so much. So
Oh, how wonderful.
it'd be a lot of fun.
That's great. This is going to be, let's see, there's a cocktail reception. That's from 6 to 7. That's at the Annenberg Theater. And then you've got a big dinner, about 250 guests at the Palm Springs Art Museum from 7 to 10 p.m. Tickets do include valet parking, correct?
Yes.
And the dress code, I loved reading this, is cocktail glam.
Exactly.
That sounds very fancy.
Yeah. People have a lot of fun with it too.
They do, really. So it's kind of like they come in their best dressed glam.
Absolutely.
That's so wonderful. And you can go to psmodcom.org, and tickets are still available.
Yes, they are, but they're going fast.
Not many.
They're going fast.
Yes.
And then remind me, let's see, the date is October 11th. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
Great thing to do on a Saturday night. It's so wonderful to see both you gentlemen. I look forward to the event.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
having us.
And we'll be right back.
Plenty of sunshine yesterday. We'll see more of the same today. Clear skies in our Agua Caliente casino cam, and it's around sunrise right now. Temperatures are going to be close to normal this afternoon. 96 degrees yesterday. We'll call that normal. 97 is our normal high in Palm Springs. And temps around the valley starting out in the upper 60s, lower 70s right now. Got 69 at Palm Springs, 72 at Thousand Palms, 68, 29 Palms. Still hanging in the 50s in some areas of the San Gorgonio Pass. Now, winds are a little gusty last night, but they'll pick up a little more late today. We have teens for winds out of the west through the San Gorgonio Pass, even Thousand Palms, 15-mile-an-hour gusts there, but they will get a little stronger later today. Some clouds showing up with a system, a disturbance to the north, swinging through the central part of California into Nevada right now. And we'll get a cold front that'll be dragging in our future to the north of us. That'll help kick up the winds. Radar, yeah, nothing happening here in Southern California, but widening out the picture, you can see quite a bit of action there around Nevada, but nothing here in Southern California. All the rain does stay to the north, but the trough of low pressure to the north, which will approach us, stay to the north, will eventually kick up the winds a little later on today. So a little gusty, but drier air begins to filter in. There's a little bit of humidity yesterday. Today we dry out. Winds the strongest today, at least in our near future. Around 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds around San Gorgonio Pass and Desert Hot Springs. Not so bad in the valley, but if you live in a wind-prone areas, the winds will get a little gusty occasionally today, and that backs off tomorrow. Surface moisture drier than yesterday. Matter of fact, dew points in the 40s and relative humidity Wednesday and Thursday should be in the teens. So not all that bad compared to the sticky days we had in the past. Okay, as far as temps, Middle 90s today puts us a couple degrees below normal. 94 degrees this afternoon under sunshine. That'll be in Palm Springs, 96 Indio, 83 Cabazon and Joshua Tree, 92, 29 Palms, and upper 60s, lower 70s for overnight lows tonight. Pleasant evenings for us in the Coachella Valley under clear skies. Okay, as far as Wednesday, we stay warm and dry for us, and the winds begin to back off. Temperatures remain in the middle to maybe upper 90s. 98 degrees at Palm Desert, 95, that'll be Wednesday, under total sunshine in Palm Springs. Then we add a few more degrees, but stopping shy of 100 degrees. 97 degrees at Palm Springs, 98 Indio and Palm Desert, 95, 29 Palms. As far as rain over the next 7 days, nothing for us in Southern California. It all stays to the north. Okay, we have Imelda and Humberto, which are out in the North Atlantic. You can see their paths, their forecast paths. They intersect each other. That'll be coming up. But Imelda, 75-mile-an-hour winds, making it a Cat 1 storm. That'll make its way to the northeast. And Humberto will make that turn as well, staying away from the United States. And as far as the northeast Pacific, we have a tropical depression, 15E. Yeah, don't think it's going to amount to much. It'll dance around in the northeast Pacific, but it could become active. Comfort Air 7-day forecast, middle 90s today, plenty of sunshine, more of the same tomorrow.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife project.
Hashtag holiday calendar and pop quiz, and I have to start out with the McCartney picture here. This is before the show with my longtime friend Alan Anders, who we worked together in Orlando, and he works for AEG, and that's how I got the backstage pass.
Wow! Did you really? Really went backstage?
Yes.
What? I thought you
Met
were
a couple
joking.
of guitarists and stuff like that.
That's
but I didn't see Paul this
amazing.
time. Yeah. Thank you, Alan. What a wonderful friend. Anyway, and what a great show yesterday. Okay. Back to the quiz and pop quiz today coming up Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, brought to you by One Coachella Valley. It's National, let's see, we got Chewing Gum Day today.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first modern chewing gum was made from chicle, leading to the establishment of the chewing gum industry. Yeah, blow a bubble today in honor of the day. Also, International Virgin Olive Oil, extra virgin olive oil is today. A lot of nutrients with that, too.
Indeed.
Use that instead of oil.
I heard
regular oil.
first cold pressed is the best.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Know
I
nothing
always
about
look
it.
for it on the bottle.
Okay. Why is that?
I think it's the first press, so it's the most. It's the best. It's the
Okay.
extra virgin
I don't know
best.
the cold press. Cold?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll have to
I
look
think
that up.
yeah.
National Podcast Day is today. Yeah, radio is so 20th century. You have a podcast? You should have one, right? We should have one.
No.
Every morning, behind
We've
the
got
scenes
enough
stuff.
to do.
Okay. Also, National Mud Pack Day is today. It's a day to treat your face.
Oh,
What do you
I'm
think?
down with that.
Have you ever had that?
Oh gosh, it's my favorite. I have
Really?
lots of them at home that I do at night. With my daughter, we like laying, she wants cucumbers on her eyes though.
We can get that with
the
pack,
mud.
right?
And I'm
Okay.
like, wow, the whole shebang, huh?
So you have a snack a little
A
later
little
on after
snack,
you lay there for a long
exactly.
time.
That's right.
Okay, mud, our key word in today's pop quiz. 2 questions, multiple choice. Roger Harrison Mudd was a television journalist who worked at CBS News during the 60s and 70s. In 1980, Mudd was in contention to succeed Walter Cronkite as the network's anchor of the CBS Evening News. But after Mudd took a similar gig with NBC, Cronkite's gig was given to this newsman.
Ooh.
Who is it? A, Dan Rather, B, Peter Jennings, or C, Tom Brokaw?
Ooh.
Who succeeded Cronkite?
Gosh.
Who was that?
Was
Dan,
it
Peter,
Dan
or Tom?
Peter? Oh my gosh,
Dan,
that's
Peter,
a
or
tough
Tom?
question.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Peter Jennings.
Peter Jennings, back
Oh,
to the
I just
control
love
room here.
them. The
Okay.
old school journalists are the best.
2 B's and 2 A's,
They
and
really
the
are.
answer is A, Dan Rather.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Dan. Oh my gosh.
Courage.
God, they're so
Okay.
good.
Second
so
Mud-related question. One of the biggest selling albums in 1971 was the disc Mud Slide Slim and the Blue Horizon. 2 of the most familiar tracks from this album include Long Ago and Far Away, and You've Got a Friend. Name the singer-songwriter. Mud Slide Slim. Is it A, Carole King, B, James Taylor, or C, Paul Simon? Control room on this one. You get the first stab at this musical-related mud question.
Is it the song You've Got a Friend?
That's the
Is that the
song.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Got
I
a
know.
B, a B, and a B, and a B.
B.
Yeah. Although Carole King and James Taylor both recorded the song at the same time.
Oh, really?
It was on Mudslide Slim with James Taylor, yeah.
Wow, I
Yep.
did not know, but
Yep,
I
yep,
love
yep.
that song.
Happy Mud Day. Back in a bit.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Welcome back on this Tuesday, September 30th. I'm Mary Strong. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Jerry's going to have your forecast coming up for you in just a few minutes, but first, a look at some of the stories making headlines at this hour. A woman named Annie Farmer, a California native, is speaking out about the release of the Epstein files. Farmer says she was just 16 years old when she first suffered abuse at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, as she continues to fight for justice, Farmer is demanding accountability from lawmakers and calling for the full release of the Epstein files.
I had the opportunity to go to D.C. earlier this month to meet with Congressman Garcia and other members of the House Oversight Committee. Unfortunately, it became immediately clear that while there are both Democrats and Republicans standing with us, there is immense pressure from top government officials to not bring the Epstein Transparency Act up for a vote.
You might remember President Trump vowed to release the Epstein files when he ran for president, but has yet to do so. Farmer continued to say that if the government won't bring the act up to a vote, it's up to the survivors to demand accountability and transparency. The state of Louisiana has issued an arrest warrant for a California doctor. The doctor is accused of mailing abortion pills to a patient in the state. A warrant for the arrest of a California doctor is a rare charge of violating one of the state abortion bans that has taken effect since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade in 2022. The warrant comes in a growing legal battle between both liberal and conservative states over prescribing abortion pills and mailing them to patients out of state. Pills are the most common way abortions are accessed in the United States and are a major reason that abortion numbers rose last year. In Washington this morning, all signs are pointing toward a government shutdown just after midnight tonight. President Trump and congressional leaders from both parties held a face-to-face meeting yesterday at the White House, but left with no compromise and time running out. NBC's Alice Barr has the very latest now from Washington.
On the final day before a government shutdown, hope is fading for a compromise.
I think we're headed to a shutdown because the Democrats won't do the right thing.
The two parties trading blame after the top four congressional leaders met with President Trump and Vice President Vance.
Their bill has not one iota of Democratic input. That is never how we've done this before.
Republicans adamant Senate Democrats should sign on to the short-term funding bill that passed the House without requiring bipartisan support.
There's nothing partisan in here. No policy riders, none of our big party preferences.
Democrats are holding out to reverse health care cuts and extend Obamacare subsidies set to expire at the end of the year, and say they don't trust GOP promises to take the issue up later.
When they say later, they mean never. We have to do it now.
President Trump has said a shutdown could bring mass firings of federal workers and called demands from Democrats unserious and ridiculous. Then last night, the president posted a fake video with a sombrero edited onto Hakeem Jeffries, the top Democrat in the House, while the Senate's top Democrat, Chuck Schumer, delivers a manipulated, likely AI-generated speech. Schumer responded to the president, "If you think your shutdown is a joke, it proves you can't negotiate, you can only throw tantrums," while Jeffries said, quote, "Bigotry will get you nowhere." The sharp words further sign of how far apart the two sides are as federal workers wait to hear if their paychecks will stop.
We are very, very concerned about the next few days, very stressed, very anxious.
In a looming shutdown. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, President Trump saying homeless people with mental illnesses are a public safety threat, and he believes forcing them into long-term institutions will restore public order. President Trump says he supports reopening psychiatric hospitals and expanding forced treatment for people with severe mental illness. His July executive order urges states to commit individuals considered a danger to themselves or others and to grow outpatient programs offering medication and intensive services. But experts warn the plan faces some serious hurdles. Psychiatric beds and treatment workers are already in short supply, and Trump's own cuts to Medicaid, housing assistance, and mental health programs could undermine his goals. Research shows less than 5% of violent acts are linked to serious mental illness, and most people living on the streets are not a danger to the public. Studies also find voluntary treatment costs less and delivers better long-term outcomes. The White House has not pledged new funding and declined to comment. Members of the Christian faith community held a prayer vigil outside an ICE facility in Indiana. They marched in silence, heads bowed in prayer, seeking guidance for immigration enforcement across the United States. Standing in the grass outside and ICE correctional facility in Miami, Indiana, praying against what they say are unjust and oppressive actions by the Trump administration when it comes to immigrants in this country. Many wore red in solidarity with the suffering they believe to immigrants in ICE facilities across the country who are enduring. An anonymous individual is spreading positivity in an upstate New York. It's a simple act that is spreading joy across Rochester. Brett Davidson has that story.
The people, united, will never be divided.
We're living in an age of anger and rage, a divided country, seemingly unwilling to hear the other side. But take a drive down Long Pond Road in Gates, and suddenly, a ray of sunshine inscribed on an old chalkboard at the corner of Long Pond and Trolley Boulevard. There's no mentions of politics or cultural issues, just a message to boost your spirit and help get you through the day. You ever notice these signs, the sign over here?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think it's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
And it brightens up your day.
The message changes every day, but few know who is behind it or why their campaign of positivity began. Does it make you curious?
Very, very. It's the talk of the station. Everybody's wondering who's putting it out there.
I just always wonder why they changed it, but I never asked, no.
How's it make you feel when you see it each day?
Warming, good.
More and more people are taking notice. It has even spurred messages of appreciation on the Gates Chi-Life Facebook page, with some even posting photos of the daily affirmations. So touched by the uplifting messages, people leave gifts and cards and signs of their own, giving thanks. I've spoken to the person behind these messages, and that person doesn't want publicity or recognition or even to be identified for that matter. They just want you to smile when you pass by.
Maybe if everybody did something like that, what a better world it would be.
In a time when we often fail to see the good in each other, a simple reminder that laughs and hugs and love are things we can all share.
Well, coming up, Manny the Movie Guy tells us all about Netflix's latest series, Black Rabbit. That's next. But first, we're going to head back to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Hi, Jerry.
Yeah, 6:40 was the official sunrise time in Palm Springs. Beautiful sight there from our Agua Caliente Casino cam, Toro Peak cam, looking to the east. You can see the Salton Sea right there. We're looking at clear skies today with sunshine and plenty of temperatures near normal. I'll explain. Full forecast into the weekend is next.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine out there. We'll see plenty of that this afternoon. Agua Caliente Casino Cam View. Yesterday, we had normal numbers around the Coachella Valley, almost spot on. 96 degrees the high in Palm Springs. 97 is where we should be this time of year. We'll be close to that again this afternoon. Another beautiful day ahead of us. 67 degrees at Yucca Valley, 71 Desert Hot Springs. Got 71 at Indio, 73 at Coachella, San Gorgonio Pass, a little cooler. 57 at Banning. 62 at Cabazon under clear skies. Winds a little light in the Coachella Valley, although the winds have picked up a little bit. They'll get stronger later today out of the west. More on that coming up. Okay, we have a disturbance. So you're seeing clouds associated with that swinging through parts of the west coast right now into Nevada. That's all going to bring us gusty winds out of the west. Nothing on radar over Southern California. Any rain associated with that system will stay well to the north of us, but we're seeing some thunderstorm activity over Nevada right now. That's where that system is right now, moving its way to the east. It basically will stay to the north of us, but it will affect us with onshore winds because the pressure gradient tightens up a little bit. And so gusty winds, but only in the wind-prone areas late today. Temps like yesterday in the middle to maybe upper 90s today, so close to normal with those temps. Winds a little gusty late afternoon and evening, basically around sunset. That'll be around the San Gorgonio Pass Desert Hot Springs with sustained winds around 30 miles an hour, upper 20s, low 30s, and then maybe gusty in the wind-prone areas along and north of I-10. That backs off tomorrow. Surface moisture. It was humid yesterday, but the temps are kind of near normal in the 90s, so a lot of people didn't feel it unless you were active out there. But the 60-degree dew points of yesterday come down to the 40s over the next couple of afternoons. Two driest days in our near future will be Wednesday and Thursday with 15% relative humidity by the middle of the afternoon. 94 degrees, that'll be the high today in Palm Springs, 96 Indio and Palm Desert, 83 at Cabazon, 92 at 29 Palms, overnight lows, upper 60s, lower 70s under totally clear skies. That'll be around tonight through early tomorrow morning, 63 tonight at Cabazon and 29 Palms. Okay, Wednesday, it'll be warm and drier, but again, lots of middle 90s for the valley under plenty of sunshine. Drier air begins to move into the area. 95 degrees Wednesday. That'll be for Palm Springs. 96 at Indio. 97 degrees on Thursday, so we add a couple degrees as you move into the next couple of days. 98 degrees at Indio, but staying shy of 100 degrees for the Coachella Valley. As far as rain over the next 7 days, non-existent over Southern California, stays to the north of us. Okay, quick check of the tropics. Imelda and Humberto are out there right now. They're going to crisscross eventually, at least their paths. A Category 1 hurricane, Imelda, 75-mile-an-hour winds, making it a weak Category 1 hurricane. It's beginning to turn its way away from the United States. And then we have Humberto, which will move its way to the north and eventually back out into the North Atlantic. Now, as far as the Northeast Pacific, we have a new tropical depression, 15E. It's basically just meandering over the waters right now, 35-mile-an-hour winds. It could be named a tropical storm late today or tomorrow. That would be Octave. Okay. 7-day forecast from Comfort Air. We're looking at 94 degrees today, plenty of sunshine, about the same for tomorrow. Drier air begins to move in Wednesday. Thursday, maybe a few high clouds late in the day, getting close to 100 degrees, but staying below that century mark. Then the numbers come down. 90 degrees on Saturday, 91 Sunday, 88 Monday of next week.
And a very good Tuesday morning to you. Coming up here on Today, much more on the race toward a government shutdown. The deadline arriving at midnight with no signs of progress. We'll bring you the very latest live from Washington this morning. Also ahead, an inside look at the uproar in Hollywood over this up-and-coming actress right there. The problem? She's not real. Created by artificial intelligence. We'll have that for you. And then a special guest stopping by live, Jimmy Fallon. Can't wait to hear about Jimmy's new competition show here on NBC. And we'll also talk about his plans for Taylor Swift when she visits The Tonight Show. All that and more when we get started right here on Today.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, welcome back. You get those certain feelings to kick off, whether it's a new school year or when you wake up Christmas morning. That's the feeling we have today in the Coachella Valley. The Firebirds back on home ice today to drop the puck on their training camp ahead of season 4. Now, we're here and not there because Acrisure is being treated like the White House tonight because of Paul McCartney and company. But we do know that they were back on the ice. I tell you this because tomorrow morning we'll treat as a preview and media day. Tomorrow morning we'll be at Acrisure Arena all day long. We'll talk to some familiar faces, of course, and then some of the new faces as well. And we can't forget about head coach Derek Laxdal. So we'll meet the team tomorrow morning at Acrisure Arena. Now, later this week at for sure, it's certainly a busy next 10 days. The Los Angeles Lakers return to the desert for the third consecutive season. The Lakers and the Suns will hit the hardwood Friday night, an exhibition game at 7 p.m. Point guard Austin Reeves, nice enough to join us today on his experience here in the Valley, and especially over the last few seasons.
Yeah, I think just like you said, just the atmosphere, the fans have been great. The energy in the building's been really good. And it's just, like you said, it's fun to be able to go to places where, fans might not be able to make it to, all the way up to here to watch a game, just to be able to, reach more Lakers fans because, we got them all around the world. Yeah, just appreciate y'all for all y'all's support. Come out and, and keep the energy high as always, as it has been, the last couple of times that we've been there. It's been a lot of fun to see, the fans and how much, how engaged they are and how much that they love us and the Lakers. So, just thanks for, all y'all's support.
Again, this will be the third straight season the Lakers have visited the desert in front of sold-out crowds. Now, tickets are still available at AcrissureArena.com. And important to note, if you haven't heard already, kicking off the Magnificent Seven with Paul McCartney tonight at Acrisure Arena. For more information on all the events over the next 10 days, visit our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The new show Black Rabbit is one of the top 10 series on Netflix right now. Manny the Movie Guy takes us behind the scenes.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Hello, a big congrats on Black Rabbit. Exciting and entertaining with great performances. I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate the kind words.
I thought I could pay these guys back at a sure thing. How much do you owe them, Vince? Big number.
peel back the curtain to a grimier underground New York type of vibe that we don't often see presented when we see the idealistic, New York City that a lot of people see in lots of movies and TV shows. So it takes place primarily at a restaurant called the Black Rabbit that Jude Law's character runs, and his estranged brother, Jason Bateman's character, shows back up into town and brings a lot of trouble along with him, and Troy and I are some of that trouble.
He says he knows you. He trusts you because you're smart. Thank you.
And you, Mr. Troy, Oscar winner extraordinaire, and equally fantastic as Joe Mancuso. What got you interested to join the cast as a crime boss?
Well, I look for roles that try and make people think outside of the box, something no one had ever thought of. And so think about someone who's in the mafia who happens to be deaf. I really want to show a fresh perspective and give the audience a brand new experience and a fresh take. So it's really amazing because we use American Sign Language and English in Black Rabbit, and it was really a fun process to play this deaf villain.
But if you're late, one single day, that's it. The restaurant, it's ours.
It explores a lot of different themes, I think, even from episode to episode, while keeping an overarching message that really hits home. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I could talk a lot about that, but Jason, Jude, and Troy alone are enough reason to watch. Trust me.
And Forrest too.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything to add, Mr. Troy?
Sure. I'd like to add that most importantly, I hope the audience learns not to screw with any deaf people.
What'd you do? Nothing. Really.
Ooh, looks good. Well, if you'd like more information on the stories we're airing in our broadcast this morning, you can go to our new website on NBCPalmSprings.com. You're going to find our top stories and our breaking news right there on our homepage. And we've got a really cool feature. It's our newsroom tab. That's where you're going to find our community events and stories organized by date. Now let's head back outside. Here's a live look from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. What a beautiful shot this morning. We're going to be right back with a recap of your forecast with Jerry. Stay right here.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to
Well, before we go, we wanted to share a little fun story with you this morning. A bear on a breakfast run made a surprise stop at Fry's food store early yesterday. Look at this. Photographer Charlie Alalkoy caught the wild moment on video. The bear ran through the aisles and dashed out before grabbing any snacks. Store workers quickly evacuated, as you can imagine. Alalkoy also shoots nature from a distance and says bear sightings like this are becoming more common because dry conditions are driving bears into town looking for food. Poor
and
little
we're
guy.
kind of invading their territory in a little bit
Absolutely.
too. So their
and
area is shrinking.
They need to eat too.
Yeah,
no
so
junk
supermarket,
food, though.
good choice.
Exactly.
All right, still wearing the backstage pass from Paul
pass.
McCartney. Never taking it off. Never.
Sure.
Forecast today. We're looking at plenty of sunshine. Onshore winds a little gusty thanks to disturbance to the north, but 94 degrees, not all that bad with drier air in Palm Springs. 96 at Indio. Tomorrow more of the same. A few high clouds early in the day, but still lots of 90s across the board. Even cooler weather next week.
Ooh, can't
88.
wait. I'll take it. We'll have more news coming up for you at 11 on your midday news, and we hope you go out and make it a great day.
Coming in.